The secret to your child's mental health isn't a therapist, it's actually their grandparents. It's easy to assume the solution is more apps, more structured activities. But what if the real answer isn't about adding more, but about rediscovering something fundamental we've inadvertently pushed aside? You're about to see why the key to a child's resilience and mental strength might be closer and older than you think. The real psychological cause for today's youth mental health struggles isn't just about screen time or academic pressure, it's about a quiet erosion of the informal, low-stakes relationships that traditionally built emotional scaffolding. This phenomenon is often called relational thinning, and it describes how the density and diversity of supportive connections in a child's life have gradually decreased. Think about it, for generations, kids grew up surrounded by a village, neighbors, aunts, uncles, and especially grandparents, who offered a different kind of support than busy parents could provide. But now, families are often more geographically dispersed, and the rhythms of modern life leave less room for these spontaneous, enriching interactions. This means you might be doing everything right as a parent, providing a loving home and opportunities, yet your child is still missing out on a unique kind of emotional nourishment. Grandparents, for example, traditionally provided a safe harbor, a place where children could just be, without the constant pressure to achieve or perform. They offered a different perspective, a sense of history, and often, an unconditional acceptance that wasn't tied to grades or extracurricular success. So, if these relationships are so vital, why does it feel like we're constantly pushing them to the periphery of a child's demanding schedule? This isn't just about nostalgia. There's concrete evidence that these intergenerational bonds literally build resilience in a way modern parenting sometimes struggles to replicate. Consider the experience of a child named Leo, whose parents were both high achievers, focused intensely on his academic and athletic development. Despite having every advantage, Leo started exhibiting signs of anxiety, often withdrawing and struggling with minor setbacks, which puzzled his parents who felt they were providing him with so much. It wasn't until Leo started spending regular, unstructured afternoons with his grandmother that a subtle but profound shift began to occur. His grandmother, a retired baker, didn't quiz him on his homework or sign him up for new clubs. Instead, she listened to his rambling stories about schoolyard dramas, taught him how to knead dough without judgment, and shared anecdotes from her own childhood. This wasn't about fixing Leo, but about creating an environment where he felt deeply heard and valued for who he was, not what he accomplished. These moments of shared, unpressured activity allowed Leo to develop a stronger sense of self, learn to manage small frustrations, like a collapsed cake, and build confidence in a way that structured achievements couldn't. It became clear that his grandmother was providing something essential, something that busy parents, no matter how loving, often can't, the luxury of simply being present without an agenda. What almost nobody realizes is that grandparents offer a unique psychological buffer against the intense pressure and uncertainty of modern childhood. They provide what psychologists call unconditional positive regard and a sense of intergenerational continuity, which means a child feels connected to a larger, enduring story beyond their immediate, often stressful, present. This isn't about replacing parental roles, but about complementing them with a distinct type of emotional support that strengthens a child's internal resources for navigating challenges. When a child has someone who listens without judgment, shares stories from a different era, and offers a calm, consistent presence, they learn that their worth isn't contingent on performance, but inherent, a foundational belief that is increasingly hard to cultivate in our achievement-driven world. So, if the modern world is unintentionally thinning the very relationships that fortify a child's mental health, what responsibility do we have to intentionally weave them back into the fabric of their lives?